just crafting around. Today we are still working on Kelly's wall in the office, and I'm going to show you how to repurpose something. I wanted to paint these. I did have these originally in here. They're all this dark wood in the inside and the outside. They're 3 different little stackable wall deals. I want to do something a little bit different with them because, like I said, right now it doesn't match with everything in my office, and I kind of want color and fun and old and all that kind of good stuff. So I decided to use these, reuse these, but I'm going to repurpose them a little bit. Okay, nothing big about it, just pretty much so sanding, using some paint, deciding what color. I also don't want it to look like a rainbow in there, so I'm going to stay consistent with the colors that I'm using. I'm using kind of like a duck egg blue kind of a color. I'm using red. I am also using a green color. I decided to use red on here. What I'm going to do is, because this is the smallest one, this is the middle one, and this is the large one. The outside got painted on this one, the inside on this one, and we're going to paint the outside on this one. And then we are going to take the sander, sand it down a little bit, and then we are going to apply wax to this. Okay? What we're going to do is, I'm going to paint this one first. And like I said, I don't want the inside of this painted, just the outside. Chalk paint is pretty, how do I want to say it, forgiving, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. And if you get like painting the inside of this, I did not like this. I don't like being so restricted in here, but painting the inside of this was, what I can say, not fun. But it's very forgiving, because when I painted in the inside, I also got some on the outside of this, and I don't want that on the outside of this. So what I did was, you can, once the paint has dried in the inside and once it dried on the outside, I just took a damp cloth, and you can wipe it and it'll come right off. That's why you need to wax your projects when you're done with them, or use an acrylic spray sealer so that you're sealing the paint. Because when you use chalk paint, the chalk paint will, if you take a wet rag to it, no matter how long that it's cured, it's going to start to come off. So you need to wax it. There's different colors of wax as well. There's clear, there's white. I have used the white. I haven't used the clear, but I've used the white. I am now using the brown, and there's also black, and I've used the black already too, but I like the brown a little bit better. It enhances the different color of the paint. Okay, now while I'm getting this together, let's talk about paint a little bit. Okay, the paint that you sometimes see is not the color that it actually looks like. And I will show you when I open up this can what it looks like from what's in the can to what it really looks like once you get it on the project. So it can be somewhat deceiving to an extent, and it depends on what you do with it. If you put clear over the top of it, it may look different. It also looks different on different kinds of wood. Now, this color looks different on this dark wood when I painted it compared to when I would put it on pine per se, or even putting it on oak. It all takes up its own color. It does its own thing. Now I will show you once I put it on here. Doesn't this look more fuchsia than it actually does red? Now to me, this and this is truly a different color. So don't be afraid of choosing a color that you think is going to be too far out there, because it may not be. Okay, a lot of times when I use chalk paint too, you only have to put on 1 or 2 colors. With this dark wood like this, I actually painted it 3 times. Again, I don't worry too much of slopping over the sides. And if you were going to use this as a project where you're not gonna take a sander to it or something to sand off the edges, because as you can see, it kind of congregates here a little bit.
Valley is now offering updated digital TV packages and prices. High definition and caller ID is now free with all TV packages. Call Valley today at 437-2615 to find out more.
So we are going to you're gonna want to paint this. If you look at it, you see brush strokes on some of this. What's nice too about chalk paint is when you let it go and you let it dry, a lot of times you won't see those brush strokes because it like it takes it and it soaks it in, and you don't see the brush strokes on it then. So, and plus there's not a lot of smell to chalk paint, which I like because I hate the smell of paint. I've never been, some people say they think it smells fresh. I don't think so. I think it smells like stinky feet is what I think it smells like. I do not like the smell of paint. I haven't seen Dr. Seuss put anything like that together, but I do not like the smell of paint. Also, I don't get too upset, again, only if I'm using the sander, because some of these brushes the fine hairs will come off of them. You take a sander, you sand right over the top of it, bam, they're off. Again, if you're not going to be sanding, it's probably something you don't want to be doing. Want to be more careful. Again, I'm not a good painter. I'll be the first one to admit that. My tables and stuff at home are all smeared. Usually Lauren makes me put down something so that I don't get his utility table to look bad. Although it's a utility table, I feel it's got to have something on it a little bit. But I'm already splattering. I can see on this table I'm already splattering. I can feel it on my arm. It's like little raindrops. Okay, this is the back. I don't want to do anything on the back, but I do want to get up on top here. And again, I don't use any tape. I don't use anything like that. I'm going to get on the top, and I will use a rag when I'm all done to wipe off the inside of it. If I get big drip spots, those I'll take care of right away. If it's not a big drip spot, no worries. Come through with a wet rag and wipe it right off. And again, that's why I like chalk paint. It's easier to work with, easier to do certain things. I guess it all depends on what you want to do. A lot of people like to use that acrylic paint, and that's fine too. That comes in so many colors. So many pretty colors. To me, it's just not, for what I like to do, it's not an easy workable paint for me. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry. But I also found that works good. You don't always need a sander. What I also found that looks good is using these here tools if you want to get in certain areas. I don't know if my sander's going to fit in here real good. I want to get in the inside here in these cracks and stuff like that. So I have files that I'm going to be using. Different sizes, different kinds, different types. And I'm also going to come along the top here, and I'm going to kind of round these off a little bit because that's what I like to do. So while this is drying with the first coat, we're going to come on over to this station over here that we've got set up. And we are going to work on getting the inside of this. Again, no rhyme or reason. We're just going to work it. You can do as little as you want. You can do as much as you want. As you can see, something that would take you hours to do just took me minutes for this. I used to use just the chisels until my husband bought me this here saw, or the sander. I used to just use chisels, it would take me forever to get it to look like this. Although I do want to go in the inside because I don't want this to be perfect. Remember, you don't want things to be perfect. So I'm going to go in the inside. I'm going to take some of it down, scratch it up a bit, get my corners, get in the inside here, get some of that paint worked up a little bit. Again, don't want it to look too good. Something like this does take work, takes time. I usually like to let the paint cure for at least 24 hours before I go in and do any damaging to it. This here I will hang because I do want to put stuff in the inside of these boxes, and I do want to put stuff on the outside on the tops of these boxes. So we are going to make it look oh so pretty and oh so bad at the same time. A couple scratches in here. Okay, that's the side. This is the bottom. Scratch it up a little bit, and I'm going to get down and into the wood so that in the inside here, so that when we actually take the wax and stuff after, you're going to see the dark part of the wood. And when we are done with this, remember we want to going to look kind of damaged. We're going to want to wipe this off real good before we start waxing it.
Blazing fast broadband internet from Valley is now available and better than ever. Let us help you decide which speed is best for you. The 50 meg speed would be sufficient for 1 to 4 devices, mainly emailing and surfing the web. Our 100 meg speed works great for 5 to 8 devices and multiple users streaming and downloading video. If you have 8 devices or more that are simultaneously streaming or gaming, or if you have a medium-sized business, the 250 meg speed would work best for you. For extreme heavy home or work from home use, or if you have a medium to large business using 15 or more devices, you may want to consider our 500 meg download speed to fit your needs. And if you're a home or business that needs it all, we have our 1000 meg 1 gig broadband internet speed. Call our office today at 437-2615 and talk with one of our staff members to pick the speed that's best for you.
It's actually best to take a damp rag and wipe it down, especially after you're done sanding, because of the sawdust and stuff that you have in here. You don't want to mix that with the wax that you're going to be doing. So you can tell I've grunged it in the inside, grunged the sides. Now you're going to say, why did you grunge the sides? Why did you grunge like the front and stuff like that? If you're going to be putting the dark brown wax over the top of it, it's because you can still see it through the wax, because as you can see here, I waxed it, but you can still see that part of it. So again, got on the top, bottom, inside. Inside looks kind of funky. I suppose you can hang it like this, but then you can put anything in the outside or the inside of it. I'm going to stick with hanging normal. We're also going to let this dry. When that dries, we're going to come back and coat it again.
Faster than fast internet is here. Valley now has higher broadband speeds of up to 1 gigabit. Get the bandwidth you need for all your devices at one time. Gaming with no lag time. Video stream your favorite movies instantly in HD quality. Video chat with friends and family without interruption. Download your favorite music and photos in seconds. All on our 100% fiber optics network. Valley offers managed Wi-Fi and backup services too, bringing together all the services you need. Valley Telecommunications Cooperative.
Okay, we have finished painting the outside of this box. Remember, we've got one inside and 2 outside boxes. We're going to go in and distress a little bit here now. So, electric sander. We're done. Now I'm going to take this back over here. I'm going to wipe it down, and then we will start the waxing process. Okay, got a wet rag. I'm going to also look to see where I painted in the inside that I need to clean off a little bit. Which once you use the sander, you're not going to find too many of those places, which is very good. Although I did find one right here. But like I said, soap and water, wet rag, that will take that right off. A little bit of a fingernail. Now, if you're doing this and you're maybe not distressing it, if you want, if you're a messy painter like I am, probably something that you're going to want to tape off. If not, like I said, to me, imperfection and stuff like that is just, it's what I like. So, get this bad boy all wiped down. And we will get started. Okay, set this to the side. We're looking for it to turn out something like this. Okay, this is the outside one. Now remember, we kind of went over the top and stuff of this a little bit right up here. Never fear. Here we go. Again, like I said before, don't be afraid because this looks more burgundy than it did red. But once you put it over the top, now to me it looks more red than it does the burgundy color. So don't fret too much on color. I think I finally found the perfect green that I've been looking for. I wanted a green that kind of stands out but yet not so harsh. Kind of a green that, how should I say, kind of an older kind of a green. I wanted an antique greenish color. I did find a yellow that wasn't so in your face. Absolutely love it, love it, love it. But it took me a long time to find that too. You don't always find what you're looking for once down the road. You got to try several of them. Several different times, several different looks. But then all of a sudden you find them. And you may have to find the perfect one. I don't like to go online. The reason I don't like to go online is because I like to see what the color looks like, at least through the bottle. So I'm not an online paint shopper. I will go online though for stains, for different things like that. I will shop online for them. But I don't like the idea of shopping online for paint color. Unless of course I know the number of the paint and if I've stuck with it quite a bit. The green that I actually found, I really like, and that's an Anne Sloan. The Annie Sloan paint, I found that in the green that I like. The yellow is more of a gold yellow. It's not an in-your-face yellow. It's like, well, something like the gold appliances that they used to have. That's kind of the gold color that I was looking for and actually found this time around. But again, numerous shopping trips, places that I go into, numerous of those. I can honestly say I think I have tried every brand about now of different kinds of chalk paint. I like the Anne Sloan paint, but I also like some of the cheaper ones. This one here actually came from Menards. It's their Dutch Boy, and they seem to be coming out with a few different colors as well. I suggest stopping in your local hardware stores first to see if they have it before you go on. See what they have that's available. You never know. what they carry until you stop in. I like to stop down to our local hardware store and see what they have. They're always so willing to help me all the time to look for things and give me things that they have, and they're really good. Really, really good. Again, you just rub it in until you get that look that you're looking for. Don't settle. Don't ever settle for a look if you're not happy with it. By all means, go after it some more. Don't stop at just one thing. Keep on going. You would be surprised at my projects of how many times, like if I wouldn't like this and I wouldn't like the color, I wouldn't stand for it and just keep it because I didn't like it. What I would do is I would stop after one. I would let it sit there, would let it cure. I'd walk around it for probably a couple days. Keep looking at it, keep looking at it. You either fall in love with it or you don't after a couple days. If I wouldn't, I would tell you this much, I would be starting all over again because I won't keep something that I absolutely don't love. You have to love it. And trust me, I've had a lot of startovers. Still do. I absolutely still do. And I learn something different all the time. I really seriously have to stop looking at Pinterest and to get some of the projects done that I already have, because in my head I've got about 10 projects that I'm thinking about right now. So you need to stop, drop, and look around a little. And don't be afraid. That's the other thing. Do not be afraid to do anything. Go for it. This was just something that was in my office. If I didn't like it or didn't whatever, hey, I've had this for a long time now. It's either a deal of keeping it or not keeping it. I mean, that's why I didn't mind taking something after it. Okay, after that, here's this one and this one. Get it right, there we go. And now we've got one left. Again, exact same thing. If you want to, you can decorate these. If you want to put some kind of an embellishment on the front of them, once you're done, you can put an embellishment under the front. I don't think I'm going to put anything on these because I really don't want to decorate them. What I'm putting inside is what I want people to look at and see. Next time you come back, I'll have all 3 of them done and we can take a look at them. Okay, so we have finished our project. This just goes to show that you can take anything that you want and make it into something a little bit different. As I would say, walk around your house, walk around your garage, heck, even walk around your yard. You just never know what you're gonna find that you can use and reuse. A lot of times when I go for a walk, I walk past Elmer's. Elmer's Welding and Repair has some wires that I like laying on the ground. He's got some different things there, and he just said, hey, whatever you find, you can have. So I do go around there, and on my way to work, I walk past there to check out Elmer. If you've got any questions or you've got anything, or if I can possibly help you, you can sure give me a call. Again, stop by next week, next month. We'll be doing another crafting show, and we're still going to be working on Kelly's room.